In this demonstration, we shall see one way to program an inverse F algorithm to find scores associated with the areas left of a score under an F distribution. So to do this, we'll go ahead and go to Program, we'll go to New, and we'll type in a name of the program. I'll call it InvF for inverse F. And then we'll go to Program, Input, and we're going to ask the user to input some values. Our first input value will be whatever the area to the left of the score is to be. We'll put that in double quotes, and we'll put a comma, and we'll store that value as A. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have the user input a value for the degrees of freedom. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull up df from the statistics menu available in the calculator. And we're going to call this df numerator for the top degrees of freedom in the F distribution. And we're going to store this value as n. And then we'll go ahead and go to Input again, and this time we'll call up the df like we did on the previous line, which means we'll go to vars 5, choosing statistics, and then scroll over to the test option and call up df, and then we'll put a space and type in den for denominator, and close the double quotes, and we'll call this value m. And then finally, go ahead and display the following. And we're going to display using the solve command, and we're going to use the FCDF with the lower bound being 0, the upper bound being x. The degrees of freedom in the numerator, we've identified those as n. The degrees of freedom in the denominator, we've identified those as m. And we're going to solve this by saying we're going to take the FCDF under those parameters minus a, the area left that we had the user enter. We're going to solve it for x, and we're going to start our guess at 0. Okay? So that's essentially it for this particular program. Now this is just kind of a bare bones program. It doesn't have a lot of error checking or anything special like that. So we're assuming that people are not going to try to break this program. And now we need to test our program. So suppose we wish to find the score under an F distribution with 10 degrees of freedom in the numerator, 6 degrees of freedom in the denominator, with 95% of the area to the left of the score. Now, calculating this in other places, we get the actual answer to be close to 4.05996. So let's see if our algorithm is close. So we're going to quit out of here, back to the home screen. We're going to call up the program, InvF. We're going to give the area left as 0.95. We're going to say the degrees of freedom in the numerator are 10. The degrees of freedom in the denominator are 6. And when we let it run for a few seconds, because it's using the solve command, which is using Newton's method, a version of Newton's method to solve, we see that it outputs 4.05996 and a little extra, which is about what we are supposed to get. So this is one way to quickly program in a inverse F type of algorithm.